Sport life.
Yeah.
Jakiro.
Oh, Jakiro.
Jakiro and Faceless White?
Oh, I like it.
Now you have damage on the chrono,
This-
right?
Yeah, I guess. But for me, this signals that they want to do some kind of timing thing. They have SF with the level 15 talent. You have a Jakiro that can just wear down the buildings, and you have Tusk, who is just strong without items. I feel like they're just gonna be knocking on the high ground at like 25 minutes.
I miss reliable stuns on Thunder. You only have Tusk set up for the Ice Path.
Prophet.
I don't think you need reliable stuns if you go for a pushing lineup, because
Yeah,
you don't
that's
really
true.
need to
Yeah.
disable them. You just need to kill buildings, and they can't jump on
You're
you
right.
just because you have this strong timing. Now with the DP as well, if she just buys Greaves, it's gonna be really hard for Infamous to do something against it.
You're absolutely right, man. Ooh. I don't know, man. Feels risky for a TV, no? A high cooldown hero against a pushing strat.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like this too much, because I feel like he's not gonna be ready to fight. And even if it does go a little bit later, I don't think that Infamous instantly wins if this goes longer than like 30 minutes, because heroes like SF are actually quite good against TB, because they have a lot of magic damage and good amount of disable too.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm thinking if Infamous gonna yeah, they ban it.
Yeah,
Don't
the
fight.
Void couldn't get through. No way. was
Actually,
too
to
good.
be honest with you, I thought Thunder would pick like Faceless Void on 18. But they just picked Death Prophet. I mean, I don't know.
Seconds
Alright, still good. Still a team fight here, right?
Is it a
But
good draw game? Draw Ranger?
Seconds remaining.
It is.
I was gonna say Drow, yeah.
Yeah, it's a hero that
Insane
builds
draw
the
game.
Hurricane Pike naturally, so you don't get caught by the chain arrow combo, and it's insane against TV. And it's a quite fast hero too. It's not that slow as people think.
So, Draw Ranger for Thunder and maybe AA for Infamous. I mean, like, I like AA against Death Prophet, even though they don't have like a setup for this. Yo, they banned Lexir? What? Oh yeah, it still can be like a Dawnbreaker's position 5.
Life Stealer? No, Life Stealer is true.
Darkseer. Darkseer.
Oh,
They banned Darkseer.
Mm. So first we had the Abaddon melee creep in game number 1, and now you suggest Ancient Apparition range creep in game number 3.
Yeah, just because of the Death Prophet. It's pretty good against Death Prophet.
I'm curious about who's gonna be the siege grip.
Ooh, good. I mean, Jakiro is kind of siege creep, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It is.
yeah. Right?
We have all the creeps represented in this series.
Nice.
Not just the heroes. Creep lives matter too.
Word.
Yo, I know the pick. Naga signing for maybe they can pick Naga signing here. Standard. Like Naga,
Ooh.
It's not bad, I don't think. Yeah.
even though they have Ember, but has a good combo with SF.
Okay, so
Pretty
draw
decent
or
against
Naga?
Everblade.
Which one?
Infamous turn
Draw.
to pick.
Yeah. Answered.
Draw. Draw.
Yeah, I
was
think it's
amazing.
draw too, for
Yeah.
sure.
Nice one, Linkblade. Thank you. Thank you.
Anytime. That's what
Draw
I'm here
was-
for.
Draw was insane.
10 seconds remaining.
So now you need a support, right? Or an offlaner.
5 seconds remaining.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, no one plays it anymore, but I feel like Winter Wyvern could be so sick. Because you have the
Ooh.
ulti that just kills a hero straight up, and you have such good deep push.
Can work.
But then again, if a hero is not in the meta, people just forget it exists and just pick
Yeah.
Bloody Phoenix instead.
Okay, so another Phoenix last pick. How do you guys feel about this one?
I don't like it as much, because now you have a lot of fast-hitting ranged heroes. it's not a bad pick, but I feel like it's not enough.
I mean, I like to pick Phoenix when you have something to protect it. The egg. You cannot protect the egg in this game. Like, in the last game, they had Tide Hunter, but in this game, they literally have anything to protect the egg. So
So
I'm
quick
with
one.
Thunder. Thunder.
Sherlock goes with Thunder. Wingblade.
Yeah, Thunder too. For sure.
Okay.
100%, no doubts.
100% Thunder. I'm going with Thunder 2. And before we toss it to the Kaisers, I want to remind you guys to check the Bet Boom banner below the stream. They're offering a 100% bonus on your first deposit. So do not miss that one out. And thank you, Bet Boom, for supporting this South America DPC coverage. So let's go to Rada and Guipepe for game number 3.
I don't know, Guipepe. With that confidence, I feel like Wingblade needs to put his hair on the line here. If he's saying it's a 100% chance that Thunder Awakening win the game, what are you thinking, Guipepe?
Yeah, I do agree actually about the hair stuff. I'm not that confident, but yeah, I'm with Thunder here. I mean, Draw Ranger may have a hard lane against Dawnbreaker and Mirana, but I mean, it's SF against Amber, so easy for SF. You have Death Prophet on off lane, and she's not that bad against Terrorblade on lane. If games goes late, I mean, DP is really, really bad against TB. But at late, I think she's fine. So yeah, I think Thunder has this third game as well. I'd rather be playing on their draft than Infamous draft here.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just a firm believer in this Dawnbreaker hero. I don't
like
know
the
if I
hero as
believe
well.
in it. I don't know if I believe in it enough to go on the record and say that they're gonna win this game. As a little bit of early aggression onto Kataro, but he's hugging the tower, so they're not gonna dive back behind it. And a pause coming out from MJZ. So maybe Katara was even maybe he was AFK or something along those lines. As there were this lobby I feel like did launch a little bit late, so maybe some connection issues or something along those lines. But we're in game number 3, baby, and this is a big game number 3 at that. I mean, the panel kind of touched on it. Thunder Awaken, they need to win this game if they want to keep in the argument for the Lima Major. Meanwhile, Infamous, they need to win this game in order to try to get out of this battle for relegation, because brother, they are knee deep in this battle for relegation.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Both teams in really different positions, even though we are still at the beginning of the DPC. I mean, Infamous is not having a great time, and Thunder is fine. I mean, they lost to Vivo KD. That was kind of surprise, but still, Vivo KD is playing well, so not that much of a surprise. So yeah, both teams need this win for different reasons. I mean, I think it's easier for Thunder to win this game. I think maybe it's down to how Draw does her lane, because she can suffer a lot against Dawnbreaker. So maybe if Infamous can put some pressure top lane, don't let Draw free farm, maybe they can get this. I'm not sure, but I'm really, really like Thunder Awaken's draft. See, the Predator always comes in so hard.
At least I'm not the only one that flubs up the name, as Alone with the quick fingers able to smash that bounty rune right in front of Slodden's face. But now they're starting a bit of a pincer here. That's a Celestial Hammer. They even have the chains, the root. They've got first blood. Oscar picking it up.
Okay, you wanna get the rune? Okay, but you give us your life. Okay, he got the rune. He gave his team some gold, but who got first blood? Oscar got it. At least it was not Amber. If Amber had that first blood, SF would be feeling so bad. But still, the lane is so favorable for SF. So hard for Amber to play this. Oh, even Mirana coming, arrowing the ranged creep. Ah, that's different. On the mid lane. Okay, that's fun. I'm down with that. Because SF is supposed to dominate this lane. I mean, level 1, level 2, it's okay, but when SF gets level 3, good luck, Amber. Level 5, there's no Amber anymore.
There's no Ember anymore, so are you foreseeing a lot of early rotations from Slatum then?
Probably. I mean, he may try to go
Illich,
Flame Guard.
down in the bottom lane. Flame Spirits,
Okay, that's
Kataro,
great.
one swing of the sword. Looking for a high five. The boys are feeling good.
Without meta, they just got Death Prof. That's not supposed to happen. I mean, Tusk was pulling the creep wave, so DP tried to play a little bit more aggressive, try to harass, get some denies before she goes back. But the slow on Terror Blade plus the magic damage from Phoenix was enough. Okay, that was not supposed to happen. I mean, I think Infamous they are able to kill Death Prophet, but only with Metamorphosis. Without it, it's really hard. It should be hard, right?
Right. Yeah, and I mean, maybe Infamous, they're feeling themselves just a little bit, Pepe. Maybe, you know, I mean, they just were able to pull game 2 out, and I mean, it was a rather convincing game number 2 at that, as I think when it ended, it was like a 30K net worth lead. But, yeah, man, I don't know. I'm starting to believe in Infamous more and more.
They're supposed to be a good team. I don't know what's happening to them in this DPC, because they are a good team. You look at their players, they're good. At bottom lane, we are seeing a fight.
Oh, Spirit Siphon came out, was immediately canceled. Michael being brought down fairly low, but he is going to be able to back up and use that healing pot.
Something important for Infamous is they didn't let SF get any water rune. So you don't give this constant mana region for SF, so maybe Ember can lane this. It's still, Ember will lose, but SF will not be able to pressure that much without the infinite mana that the constant runes gives you. I think it's such a weird Dota right now, because there are so many runes for mid lane. It's so easy to be a mid laner right now. I mean, I'm still bad at mid, but it's so much easier than it was before.
Yeah, and I know some of the mid lane friends that I have kind of complained about it in the past, about how it used to be such a skill-based lineup, and things have gotten a little bit better since they got rid of the small camp, right? Because before it was just shove wave, farm small camp, shove wave, farm small camp, and you always had the water runes to help heal you up. But oh, we have an Ice Shards down onto Kataro, but he's back behind the tower, so they don't want to dive too deep for this. That's going to be the Spirit Siphon used on Illich as well.
While Miranda is at mid trying to do something, but no opening to try an arrow. But yeah, good pressure bottom lane at Terror Blade. I mean, Death Prophet, since they changed her Siphon, that is not based anymore on the max HP, it's so much better against these low HP heroes. So yeah, DP is supposed to have a good lane here. She can die with meta, but she's supposed to have a good lane. I mean, I'm surprised by top lane. Draw is having such a good lane. I mean, Acel is able to do some pulls and all that, so Oscar can't pressure this draw. And Dawnbreaker is so good at pressuring lanes. So good. Dawnbreaker's level 2 is so strong. So yeah, I'm kind of, well, why is Draw having such a good lane? I mean, Jakiro is good, right? He's a great laner, but Draw isn't supposed to have such a free farm lane.
Arrow gonna hit the range creep. Now checking in down onto this bottom lane. I mean, the Terrorblade, he is having a pretty decent time here, keeping match with the Drow Ranger.
And he will have meta right now, so maybe Infamous try a kill here at bottom. I mean, they have damage.
Oh,
Ice Shard,
tag team. Just waiting. Now he's gonna pop it. That's it. That's gonna be a kill onto Michael. Icarus dive. Dot damage. Is Michael gonna survive? The Tusk is tanky, but not tanky enough.
Yeah, and that was so well played by Kotaro. If he used the meta before, I think both Tusk and DP would just run away, and they wouldn't be able to kill anyone. They almost didn't kill Tusk, right? It was the end of the Phoenix DPS. So yeah, great plays by Kotaro.
Getting aggressive onto a cell. The Celestial Hammer, Starbreaker, stun connects. One more right click with the big ol' hammer. Able to bring down this Jakiro for 13 seconds.
Yeah, that's what we expect on this top lane. Miranda and Dawnbreaker just going in and getting kills. And Jakiro is kinda tanky, so he is protecting the Draw so well. Yeah, Draw is free farming, TB is free farming. I mean, I think Thunder is happier with this situation, because Draw was not supposed to have such a good lane. TB can have a good lane, but Draw, I guess Dawnbreaker, So I think Thunder is pretty fine with that. Oh, great.
A Tiff in the river. There's 3 heroes down here, not quite able to connect on the Chains Arrow combo this time around. Is picking up the invisibility rune was Michael. He's going to throw the tag team, but he's so low, he doesn't really want to continue to hang and bang in the area anymore. So that is going to be the end of the little tiff that we had in the river.
Yeah, well played by Michael, stealing that rune. not letting Ember get anything. I mean, Ember is still level 5. He's struggling to get his level 6. But he... No, my eye. Just look at Ember's farm. Oh my god. Poor Zlatan. Oh no, Rada. I mean, that's expected, but still it's sad to see.
Yeah. Yeah, just because it's expected, it doesn't mean it hurts any less. Like asking the pretty girl out to
Yeah.
prom and being told no. It doesn't hurt any less to see it. As now Michael coming in for the bottle refill, maybe looking to set up a play on to Slotsims. It's going to be the Ice Shard blocking him in. He's got to come back and walk around. Tag team is there. The Raze pump faked it. Didn't let it go. Slotsims is going to get harassed quite a lot, but he will be able to remain in the world of the living. Oh, meanwhile, up top, able to get a dive onto the Drow Ranger and stop this lovely laning phase that she's had here.
Yeah, that's important. You gotta stop draw somehow, and I think it took a little bit too much time for that, but at least they got her. And at mid, Michael tried setting up that kill before Ember got his level 6. They even fortified the creep, so Ember couldn't get level 6, but they messed up, and Ember just ran away. And now he's level 6. Okay, now he can start doing things around the map.
Down bottom, Spirit Siphon, Icarus Dive, MJZ, gonna be A-okay.
Yeah, we see a lot of simply trading hits and spells and no one's dying. I mean, the main problem about Infamous drafts, like, okay, how is Ember able to do anything on this game? I mean, he probably needs to keep on rotating, I think, but it's not that easy to go when you have only boots. I mean, he's not that strong. Maybe he'll try to farm jungle with Flame Guard level 3.
Another
maybe.
dive wrapped around from the east. The Gust comes out late. The Metamorphosis has been used. The Ice Pass a good one. As now Knight, he's going to turn around, throw the multi-shot, TP up here from alone. We're committing resources. We want to make sure the Drow's okay. Slotted. Oh, he's barely going to miss the second raise. Not quite able to guess where he was accurately from alone. So again, resources committed, but they're not quite able to get a kill. Meanwhile, down at the bottom lane, Illich going in onto MJZ. MJZ able to use the fog to break the Spirit Siphon.
Yeah, I still, even though they didn't get any kills, I still like that play from Infamous. Because you create some space for Ember mid, he was able to push the mid lane and farm enemy jungle, now he's going back. I mean, really well played. And you gave some space for Phoenix to farm bottom to get her levels. So overall, I think it was a great rotation by Infamous. Didn't get any kills, didn't get the tower, but I think it did good for them all around the map.
Looking around, checking out the items. As you said, just the phase boots on the Ember Spirit. Looking to complete the arcane boots on the Mirana. Dawnbreaker still in the early build-up, not showing anything crazy. Terrorblade working towards that, oh no, working towards a kill onto Alone in the mid lane. Oscar gonna complete the Solar Guardian. Alone has no escape.
That's how you put your Ember back in the game. A gank with Mirana and Dawnbreaker ultimate. Great plays against Shadowfiend. We all know Shadowfiend is a really squishy hero before he has his BKB, so yeah, they found that kill really important. Now they're pressuring mid. I mean, Ember, he still has... Okay, now he has 33 less hits, not that bad. But still, he's not having a great time, and he's pressuring mid. So yeah, I think Infamous played the map so well.
Gust.
That's a little bit too hard to go in. But I think Infamous is playing the map so well right now. So even though the lanes were not that good, they are still doing good.
Yeah, the Infamous side, man, they came out to play here in this in the series in general and in game number 3 in particular. 6-0, not giving up a single inch so far 10 minutes into the game. And you can see Kataro, he's just decided to live up here in the top lane. They're going to start putting pressure onto this tier 1 tower, hoping to claim the first one of this match. And here, committing resources, Illich going to come in, drop the Exorcism, Michael, tag team, Snowball. They've found the Kataro. Oh, he gets the Sunder off, but is it going to be enough to get him out of dodge? No, Kataro still goes down. Oscar now, the ire of aggression. They're trying to scramble the egg as well.
Michael's
and they
alive.
get that one done.
Oh my.
Michael still just limping away. A beautiful team fight and much needed from Thunder Awaken.
Oh, even though Jakiro messed it up the time, let Terrorblade use his Thunder, it was not enough. He was too far away from him, too far away from his tower. And great team fight by Thunder. At least Ember gets the mid tower, so it's not for free. But yeah, Michael getting out alive was such a huge play. I mean, it comes Here comes the egg, and Michael's like, okay, I'm probably gonna die. I'm just gonna hit this egg. Then he's like, no, actually, I'm not gonna die. Great silence by draw as well. So Michael can get out alive, and Outbreaker can run away as well. But yeah, great plays by Thunder. I mean, Infamous were playing the map so well, but now Thunder's like, no. This game is ours.
Just letting them know that they still have it in them, as it has been rough. It's been tough sledding for the last like hour or so for those that are in the Team TA camp, as you know, they are trying to still, like we've said, they're trying to secure the potential chance on the road to Lima, as dropping this game would make things much more difficult, and they wouldn't be controlling their fate anymore. As you know, as you lose 2 series, you got to start planning for tiebreakers. You got to start hoping that teams drop series they're not supposed to, and things along those natures. As you know, all eyes point towards Lima, February 22nd.
And that will be such a hyped major. First time South America. Bottom lane, they want to get Oscar.
Oh, Oscar going in. That's going to be the Walrus Punch. The tag team, the damage. They have enough. Down goes the Dawnbreaker. Meanwhile, up top, there is an engagement. They found this. They found the Death Prophet.
Okay, it's a fair trade. Your offlane dies, the enemy's offlane dies, everyone's happy. Okay, I mean, Dawnbreaker tried to use her ultimate to just get out. She almost did it. It was like really close. Thunder almost couldn't get that kill. And killing Death Prophet is not an easy task. So yeah, well played by both teams. Now we'll probably open up this safe lane tier 1 tower. Oh, actually, Thunder is not forcing bottom. Huh. Okay. Like, nah, let's not force. Oh, they want to go for kills. They smoked both SF and Dust. They have a lot of them. And SF went for the Blink Dagger build. Oh, that's different. They want to kill Oscar again.
Oh, setting it up. The snowball is going to connect. The blink forward, starting the Requiem, letting it go. And claiming another soul is the Shadow Fiend. Now the Icarus dive into the egg as they're trying. Oh, Alone just barely dodges the arrow. He's going to be slowed up, connected with the Supernova. So Alone will pay for this movement with his life.
It's so risky to go Blink Dagger first on SF. And you have a draw. You could just go right click and be massive. It's like, nah, I want to do things around. I want to kill people with my ultimate. It's so we usually don't see Blink Dagger first side on SF anymore. That was usual like 5 years ago. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a risky build for Alone.
Wasn't the build back then like Blink Yules?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm not even sure it was. It was like Blink BKB and that's it. Just going. I mean, it's more recent, but on the really old days, it was like just go Blink and BKB and that's it. But it's still, usually first item, Blink Dagger is too risky. You're able to go in, but how do you get out?
Right. And that is one of the shortcomings of the Shadow Fiend in his kit, is he doesn't have an escape mechanic. He moves a little bit slow. He's just kind of sauntering his way across the map. So he's easy to get picked off in that sense. So I agree. Maybe a little bit courageous to go for the Blink first build.
Oh, wait.
Oh, Solar Guardian. They're going in onto Smiling Knight. They have the Drow indeed. No escape in sight. Drow goes down for 33 seconds.
Actually, it's
maybe another tip
happening
happening here. The Ice Path. That's going to be the Exorcism used as well. Here comes Illich dropping in for the bottom left-hand side of your screen. We have the David's Spear Cycle walking Oscar like a dog in the park, but Slatim on the back lines, able to get some kills here. Now they're chasing forward. Slatim, it's as well as the Exorcism out onto, and with that Crypt Swarm, able to get the kill on the Marana.
Yeah, nice response. I mean, Death Prophet wants more. Of course, she has her ultimate, but that's it. I mean, at first, Infamous got draw, so that's great. Now you are able to kill draw before she has her Hurricane Pike. It's way easier than when she has her Hurricane Pike. And now, at least Thunder had this response with the Death Prophet ultimate. But yeah, I mean, Death Prophet is getting big, and we know if Death Prophet gets big, this hero gets so tanky. The big problem is that Terrorblade's free farming. Terrorblade's one of the biggest counters of Death Prophet. But then you can go around because Draw is one of the biggest counters of Terrorblade. So who knows?
Counters on counters on counters. Welcome to professional Dota.
Yeah, that's Dota for you. I just want to see Alone playing. I mean, he wants to go for Kaya. That's so risky. Please don't go Kaya alone. It's so risky. You don't need to do that. You already do a lot of magic damage. Just go
He had
BKB.
the BKB queued up.
Yeah, he
Why is it?
had.
Where did this Kaya come
Dire's
from?
middle tower
I'm really not sure. I think that's a mistake,
Oh.
but let's see.
Kataro going in, Blink, looking for the
Oh.
Requiem of Souls, and just nuked to smithereens.
See, you don't need Kaya. He's dead already. While mid, Zlatil's getting some kills. Okay, he got a support. But yeah, I mean, that's why Alone went for Blink, to get those kills with Tusk. But as you see, now it worked out. Before it didn't work out that well. So he probably needs BKB. Don't go Kaya alone. I'm begging you.
Oh. Slot Sims, track down, okay, so 4-staff getting Knight to safety. As there's that answer to the Sleight of Fist chains comboed with the arrow that we talked about at the beginning of the game. As
Yeah, now
man,
that's
this
wrong. Yeah, go for it.
I've got to say, dude, I'm blown away by how close this series has been. Like,
Yeah.
I came in, I expected a 3-game series. I'm not gonna lie to you, but just because the trend, right? As I've said, Infamous, they've gone 3 games every single time so far in Tour 1 DPC. But yeah, these games, they've been extremely, extremely close.
And they got SF.
Up top, we're going in onto Alone. The pig pull was used, but now here comes the Solar Guardian. Is it going to connect? They know they picked him out. There were only so many places you can hide in those trees, sir.
And he has a lot of gold. Please, buy something. Yeah, now he's going for BKB. Thank you, Alone. Well, that happened. Thunder trying to pressure mid lane. That's the natural response. You are getting pressure on one side of the map. You have 2 choices, right? You answer that aggression, or you just go to the other side of the map and try to apply some pressure. That's what Thunder is doing. He's pushing this mid wave, pressuring this tower, makes Infamous have to go back to mid, and they are not able to keep on pressuring top that hard.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They know where the Remnant is. Not quite able to set up a play onto Slotims.
And he has BKB now. It's really hard to kill this Ember with that BKB. I mean, you can burst in with Tusk SF, but otherwise it's not that easy to kill this Ember.
As we have a lot of heroes setting up here in the mid lane. Just
Okay, Tusk has
matching
Blink now.
aggression with aggression. Okay.
Okay, prepare yourself for the one-shot kills now with Tusk and Shadowfin. I mean, one shot is kind of not the best way to describe it, but you guys get it. Just jump,
It's the
punch.
espresso double shot. It's the 1-2.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's Thunder's plan with this SF. We are gonna keep on killing people. And that's it. I mean, I like that plan. Sounds solid.
Sounds like some fun to me. As we
Yeah.
are going to have a 2-man smoke play here. It's this lovely little combo with able to pop the smoke is the Death Prophet.
Dire are scanning.
SF
But
is
nothing
simply
is
hiding
going
top.
to come of it.
I mean, Alone has to watch out. Has no TP yet, so he wants to get this creep wave. He has to watch out. I mean, now Terrorblade knows that there is an SF there.
Radiant structures.
While Thunder keeps on pressuring mid, so even though Infamous may know about this SF top, their eyes are on the mid tower. And the mid tower is gone. Yeah, that's how you play Draw Range and Death Prophet. You get towers.
Hurricane Pike is complete now on the Drow Ranger, looking for the Manta style next. Let me ask you a question here, Guipepe. Because this is they do have such a pushing lineup. Is there a certain point in time where we should be worried, like if by 25, 30 minutes we've not taken a tier 2 tower, is that troubling to you? Or do you feel like with the SF Drow Ranger combination, they're able to scale well enough?
It's fine for Thunder. I mean, they have a pushing lineup, but it's not only that. Like, they have a lineup that scales pretty well. You have SF, you have Draw Ranger, you have Roche down for Amber Spirit, even though he has BKB. I mean, that's just Kotaro saying, yeah, I'm not fighting right now. I will wait for my Scotty.
Is under attack.
But yeah, I think the Thunder's draft scales pretty well. It's not like they need to push. No, they're good at pushing, but they can stall the game, no problem.
Man, I feel like we've not talked about Kataro in quite some time. As he has the Manta style complete. He's working his way towards the Eye of Scotty on this Terrorblade, and he's just having a great time. Wide open spaces to farm as much as he wants, but that could be coming to an end. As there's going to be the blink, the double blink. There's the Requiem of Souls, the multi-shot. Down goes the Kataro Terrorblade.
And that's the beauty
And now
about
they're
this
hunting for more.
Blink Dagger build. It's so easy to kill Terrorblade right now before he's still tanky. And even when he's still tanky, we watch, I think, EG against, I think it was Infamous. I think it was EG against Infamous that they made such a beautiful comeback. Maybe not Infamous, not sure. Using SF Ultimate and killing TB. He was so huge, but they were still able to kill TB because SF Ultimate with Blink Dagger. So yeah, even if the game goes late, TB gets more tanky, he can die. It's a lot of damage by SF. It fears the enemy. It's so much easier to kill him. But yeah, I think Thunder is, of course, they are fine.
Oh, there's going to be the Supernova committed. Ice Path, Macropyre drop. That is going to be the Tusk is going to go down. Now Remnant forward. BKB going to come out from the Shadow Fiend. BKB TP leaving the Jakiro to be cut to shreds by the Terrorblade, and now the chase continues. They're coming. They're hunting. They're about to go high ground, trying to find the Death Prophet. Death Prophet going to turn around, throw out the silence, and make the great escape back towards. No, there's going to be the chains, the arrow combo. Solar Guardian coming down on top. The Gusto is here from the Drought Ranger, quickly realizing that this is not a winnable fight and backs herself away. So the chase did buy them one extra kill in this 3 for 0 exchange.
Yeah, great engage from Infamous. They knew SF had no ultimate. They knew they have the jump. Right, you have Ember. You can always go in. Ember, Vegas, and BKB. You can always go in and see what happens. Thunder's draft is really strong right now when they do these quick reckon kills, right? But if Infamous are able to go in, Thunder's draft is not that strong. Thunder has to kite, and Draw was not even there. So if they had Draw, maybe they could kite a little more, do some damage, try to trade some kills. But Draw was not there. So yeah, it's just try to save yourselves, guys. That fight is done. And Infamous went really far to get that Death Prophet. I thought they wouldn't get it, but they did, using the Breaking Ultimate. Great plays by Infamous.
Do they go for it again? Sleight of Fist, not quite able to find the connection here, as the Ember with the quicker fingers.
Yeah, they tried. I mean, it was, again, a pre-kill if they got the combo right. But they didn't. Ember was ready. I mean, Tusk messed up his blink as well. He was a little bit too far, so he couldn't insta-punch him. And now Death Prophet at top lane. She's not in a good place.
Not in a good place at all, but she's about to be sent to a better one, I think. Spear Siphon. She's actually getting enough regeneration. As now with the rainbow of TPs coming in, the Tusk is here as well as the Chikiro trying to find Kataro. Not quite able to set up with it. The Ice Path, the Macropyre, that's going to be on to one. Back onto the backside. They're looking for it. The Solar Guardian has been canceled, as there's going to be the Supernova. Meanwhile, onto the backside, the Thunder coming out. They've still not brought down Katara. They are going to be able to scramble the egg, however. There's going to be the Starbreaker. And the Sleight of Fist, they brought down one. As now Kataro, they do finally track down this Terrorblade in this long fight. The Remnant to the backside. They find the Shadow Fiend, but with that, he's going to pay for his life. And now what do we do with the Aegis of the Immortal? We have the silence available. Are we going to time it well? They do. Are they able to kill him before the TP? They are! As that's going to be a total team wipe. Thunder Awakening.
That's Draw for you. She just came late at the fight and just keeps on hitting everyone. I mean, when Tusk and that stuff jumped on TB and they were not able to get him, I was like, maybe that's a bad fight. SF will just die and that fight is done. No, SF just kept on running after TB and got him, and almost went out alive. Almost. Ember had to go in to guarantee that kill, and he paid for that kill. But look at that, SF played so well, and Draw just outside of the fight, just hitting everyone. That's how Draw wants to fight. So yeah, now we are seeing the power of Draw. She's ready to go. She has her Hurricane Pike, she has her Agony Shard, her Yasha. Yeah, Draw is really strong right now.
And the Drought, so we talked about how Katara was able to get all this free farm and all this space and everything. Excuse me. But the Drought Ranger also, she has been able to keep par with this Terrorblade, and now she has surpassed him with that team fight. as they have found out Phoenix. That's going to be the blink forward. The Walrus Punch, the damage is there. Quickly finding another. Thunder Awaken have awoken.
And their draft is pretty strong right now. Even though they are not pushing towers and all that, we think, oh, they have a pushing draft, right? This is not only that, it's so much damage. It's so easy to kill heroes with Tusk SF, with Tusk Draw. But I think Thunder is feeling pretty well. We're going around the map looking for kills. I mean, even Ember, he has BKB, he can be bursted. It's not hard to burst him. If you see him, if you can jump on him.
They're trying to find it now. Oof.
Yeah, he was
they
ready.
Didn't know
he was
exactly where
ready.
the Ember was.
It's so much easier for Thunder to fight right now. Not like the draft is better. I mean, I think it is, but it's not about that. It's like the draft is really strong right now. You have Greaves on Death Prophet, you have Draw with everything she needs. You have your Blink BKBSF, and he's going for eggs. Yeah, he's going all in, even though he has Draw's ultimate to buff him up. Right clicking, he's going all in damage, magic damage. I like that idea. I mean, usually it don't work out, but I like that idea.
Usually it doesn't work out, but I like the
usually,
idea.
Yeah, usually you mix both, right? The physical damage and magical damage as SF. Bottom lane, Michael tried to go in, but he's too far and now he's dead.
Yeah, they bring in the Ember Spirit, and they are quickly able to bring down the Tuskar. Who is the wagon that hit you? His name is Slatims.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But that's what I like about this SF build. Because usually SF is playing carry right now, right? Usually when we see SF, it's position 1. So he goes for his physical damage build, and then afterwards, mid and late game, he goes for the magic components of the build with the blink and all that. I mean, alone here is like, oh, okay, I'm going old school. This SF mid, this magic damage, let's go.
Putting on the golden oldies here is the alone Shadow Fiend, as maybe they're looking to try to set up a kill. MJZ is in a bit of a precarious position. Icarus dive. The hunt is on. He's going for the Sunray TP, getting himself up and over the hill here. I always feel like that play is kind of bogus.
Yeah, it is, but that's another beautiful thing about Dota. We have some bugs, and it's the game. It's part of the game, and that's it. We all accept it like it's normal.
It's not a bug, it's a feature, Guipepe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a fight. It's so beautiful. Because I mean, Phoenix was almost on CS:GO map. Like she was just leaving Dota map, going for CS:GO, and then she tipped it back. It's such a weird feature, but I like it. I'm a Phoenix player, so I like it.
Man, maybe one day you'll have to give me some coaching on the Phoenix, because I just simply don't understand how to play that hero. My eggs, I always just put them in the wrong positions, my friend. But MJZ, I feel like he's been about 50-50 with his supernovas so far in this game. He's had a couple that have popped and have been good, and then a couple that have just been almost immediately taken apart. But again, they do have these cores that are ranged and can right-click with pretty good speed.
Yeah, it's really hard to play Phoenix on this game. Think about her ultimate. Yeah, it's really hard to land a good ultimate here. Well, let's see what Phoenix is able, because it was a last pick Phoenix, right? So he's feeling confident about it. And now Thunder forcing this Roche. It's so fast. Look at this.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, Roche is done.
And this is Roshan number 2, so that is going to be an Ag Shard. Looks like they're giving it to the Death Prophet.
Oh, Shadowfiend got it.
Oh, okay, she passed it off, so she was just being a courier. But now there's going to be a fight in the mid lane. Slatim's going to be going to find the Tusk. That's the first of all. Knight being aggressive on Sunray, as well as the Ember still chasing it out. They're going to run it over to Asel, as no, the Shadow Fiend with the Requiem. The Ag's Requiem pumping out the damage. Feared up still. Kataro, can he get off the Sunder? He does. He uses it on his own Mirana. The Supernova, it's going to pop. It's going to connect onto one. BK beat up is Illich. We're going to have buybacks galore coming out from both supports. They were able to bring down the Ember Spirit throughout this engagement. Feeling hungry, looking for more. But are they going to be able to close the gap?
I think that's it for the fight. I mean, Thunder is supposed to win those fights. It just kind of worked out at first because Infamous had the jump, right? So they simply bursted Tusk, And without Tusk, you don't have all that defensive potential, all that offensive potential with the bursting with SF. So yeah, you kill Tusk, then you can try fighting. But Thunder is way ahead. I mean, not money wise. I mean, it's the same, but their time is so stronger than Infamous timing. So yeah, Infamous got a kill because they jumped on him. Because it's supposed to Thunder win those fights.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And they get a free tower. Yeah,
Dire's middle
that's what
tower
we
is
expect.
under attack.
They come in strong with all their ranged heroes hitting towers and towers falling down.
Scotty complete on the Terrorblade, working his way towards a Daedalus. Looks like Glimmer Cape is on the docket for MJZ on his Phoenix. So what timing are we looking for Infamous to get to the other, or at what point in time does Thunder Awaken's timing start to fall off a little bit? Because as you can see with the win probability graph, Thunder Awaken's 50% chance is favored a little bit better than Infamous's 50% chance.
I mean, their 50 is so stronger than the Infamous 50. I mean, I don't think Thunder's draft will fall down. I don't think they will lose any timing. I mean, only looking at the draft. Of course, you will lose time if you lose some fights. But I don't think that will happen with Thunder's draft. Because they are simply their 5 minutes so strong. And they have ways to deal with Terrorblade. They have ways to deal with Ember. I mean, Terrorblade needs to get big, then I think Infamous has a shot. But still, I think the 50% is for Thunder here. Their 50 is so stronger.
As we're looking for the Heaven's Halberd on the Death Prophet. Oh, we found Alone on the Shadow Fiend. And that is a way to bolster your 50% chance here, is to find out the mid laner alone and by himself. And get a quick and easy kill.
That's how you do it. You are behind. Okay, you get a free pick off on the other side of the map, and you go with it. I mean, you can pressure a little bit top lane, maybe get tower as well. You have to TB. But yeah, I don't think the Thunder's draft will get it on a time that it's like, nah, now their draft's not good. Now their draft is really solid late game. So we see TB has to get big. He has to get really huge, and then maybe you have a shot.
So all eyes on Kataro, as this game largely resting in his shoulders, looking to get a return tower is Knight. We're bringing in 3 heroes. No, it's a whole rainbow of TPs. The Icarus dive into the Yule Scepter. They have the stun on the Drought Ranger. Knight able to back up, still has Aegis of the Immortal for another minute, rolling the snowball forward. Yule Scepter for the Tusk, delaying the inevitable. Michael gonna throw out the Ice Shards. Finally, he gets caught out with the Sleight of Fist chains combo.
There's no free lunch. I mean, draw left, but someone has to pay the bill. That was for Tusk. So he had to die for the cause. But yeah, I mean, they almost got tower. I mean, I didn't think Infamous would try to defend this, but they didn't. They almost get the Draw's first life, but should just disengage, and then Tusk's there, and that's it. That's life. But I think Infamous still wants to play. Okay, they have meta, they have BKB. Yeah, Infamous want to... Because I think they need to start the fight. If they don't, they will simply lose the fight. So I like this smoke play. Let's see if they find anything.
4 men smoked up on the hunt. Oh, there should only be 9 seconds left on the Aegis if I'm looking at the Roshan timer correctly. I found out Illich. This is going to be the Solar Guardian. Solar Guardian does not connect onto anybody. Now Illich being aggressive on, forced to use the BKBs, trying to make the Great Retreat. Do they have the physical damage to bring him down? He's using the Spear Siphon onto Slot Tim. Is it going to be enough? No, he's going to be surrounded on all sides, and they bring down the Death Prophet.
And that's the problem about this matchup of DP TB. Terrorblade's so good against Death Prophet when he has his items. DP can't do anything. On top, Jakir was found, and he's dead. Ember just considered his DP. Good luck, Acel. Dying slowly.
Death by 1,000 cuts. As there's going to be the Searing Chain Sleight of Fist combo holding him in place. And now the net worth lead. We're up to a 4K net worth lead for the side of Infamous. As maybe Thunder are starting to let this game slip through their hands.
Yeah, I mean, Thunder is not able to find those Tusk SF pickoffs anymore, and Infamous just go in, and they are getting some really important kills. So when you do that, TB is getting bigger. Death Prophet is losing her. I mean, when I said before that I like Thunder's draft, I don't think they lose potential going late game. DP is a hero that can lose that potential mainly against TB, right? TB is so good against her. So yeah, looking at a hero, DP can lose that potential because if TB starts hitting her, she can't do anything. But overall, I think Thunder still has a good shot here. Draw is really big. She's a counter for TB. But yeah, the game is pretty open.
So one thing to look at here is Knight has completely bought out. He's 2,000 gold away from his from buyback. So if they are able to somehow find a way to bring down this Drow Ranger, suddenly that could be 2 lanes of barracks gone. And they have a good little window here to try and find such a play. Roshan may respawn in a minute at its earliest. I think the last one was pretty quick, I think. So this one might be a little bit longer.
Yeah, we'll see if that math is right. I mean, I see Thunder smoking up. They want to find something great scanned by Infamous.
Oh, there it is. They have found MJZ. Quickly able to bring him down. And the Ice Path is actually going to connect onto the Ember. He's now been silenced up, but he has the haste rune, so he's able to run himself to safety. He's just hiding behind a tower. Oh no, the Gust forced to use the BKB. Remnant gets him back up to the high ground, but how quickly he was cut in half.
Yeah, I mean, this is a draw game, right? If she can hit people, she hits so hard. It's such a strong hero. So yeah, Amber was like, I'm fine, man. We'll turn on my BKB, we'll try to do something. Then Draw just hit her mood shot on Amber, he has to run away. So much damage. So it's all about how much Draw can hit on fight. If Infamous are able to just keep on kiting her, I mean, she's the good one kiting, but if they can do that to her, if she can't hit people, yes, Infamous had a shot. But if Draw is free hitting, yeah, good luck playing against that.
Yeah, and with this lull in the action and in such a tight game, remember to check the banner below, the Bet Boom banner. You get 100% of your first deposit.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
This game, I don't know, man. This game, it'd be awful tight, but I don't know how comfortable I would be placing a bet on this one. But it sounds like if you trust Guipepe, he's quite convinced that TA has this in the driver's seat, regardless of the net worth differential. Roshan will respond in 7 seconds, and they do have good control of this area. They've dug out a nice little trench here with good vision as well as with the bodies. But now we're about to have a fight.
Both teams know about Roche now. Yeah, let's go. I mean, this is all about jumping on draw or letting draw hit. Let's see which one Infamous are able to do. Because I think Amber has to jump on draw, but at the same time, he has to jump on supports, right? To stop them from doing stuff. That's what Amber is good about. But someone has to jump on draw so they can make her stop hitting people with her ultimate.
Double damage empowers me.
Okay, both teams smoked. Let's go, Rada.
5-man smoke. You can feel the tension in this big play that's about to happen. Remnant forward, but he has been gusted up. The Solar Guardian isn't enough. They kick him out, and they have the damage. They bring down alone, they bring down the Ember. The Ember slots him. He's going to buy back. DP himself back out here with the Remnant. Coming forward onto DP. DP goes down. Buyback from the Jakiro. No buyback available for the Death Prophet. Oh, now who have we found? Slot 10's being aggressive on by Michael. Going to use the snowball, the blink dagger, trying to get himself to safety. But it's looking like maybe they have bought themselves this Roshan. Roshan number 3, which does have the Aghanim Scepter on it.
That was a great jump that Thunder did on Ember, right? They right now they have the Vice on SF, so they use it every single control on him and killed Ember. Big problem is he uses every single spell on a hero that has buyback and can come instantly back to the fight. So as soon as he buys back, the fight is over for Thunder. They can't keep on fighting. They use it to wreck him. Jakiro used everything. Death Prophet is with her Exorcism, but again, TP ends the game really fast for against DP. So yeah, a great jump, but Infamous had the buyback on Ember, and that's done. And now they have Roche. Even though I still think Thunder's draft is stronger, we can't just say that against them. TB that huge with an Aegis. He's really strong right now.
And the TB, he really has been able to bust out a proper advantage over the Smiling Knight Drow Ranger. Before they were just kind of like in lockstep right next to each other. And
Yeah.
now we've got a 6k net worth advantage on this Terror Blade.
And that's how you win as Terrorblade against Draw, right? You just get too big and Draw, even though she hurts, you can sustain the damage and hit back. So, like we said before, this game to go for Infamous, TB has to get really, really big, and he is. So yeah, Infamous has a pretty decent shot here.
Dire are scanning.
Now we have smoke on smoke action. The scan is not going to complete, but the smoke is going to pop as they're trying to get their attention out onto the Terrorblade. Terrorblade immediately going to be healed up by the Sunray. This fight looking awkward for the side of TA. We're going to drop the ultimate, though. That's going to put fear out onto a bunch of people. They are actually going to be able to get their hands on the Ember Spear. That is a dieback on the Ember Spear. He's down for 112 seconds. The Ice Path is going to connect onto the Terrorblade. Terrorblade still has the Aegis of the Immortal. There's going to be the Gust. It comes out after the Manta Style, so he is still silenced up, is this Terrorblade. Supernova, Sunray. Is it going to be enough to keep Kataro alive? That is going to be the Aegis that pops. Now they're trying to get the Supernova. Supernova is going to go down next. The Aegis, now he's going to come up again. Is Kataro going to turn around? Oh, Oscar being brought down fairly low, but he is using the BKB, trying to stay alive. Gets the illusion root as well, just splitting out some of the damage from this Exorcism Ghost, but the split is not quite enough. And now they have found the Mirana. Snowball coming forward. They make the connection. Walrus punch. One more right click. Down goes the Mirana as Thunder keep being able to take these fights.
And look how Draw played that fight. She started killing Amber so fast, and then she's just playing outside of the fight, just hitting people. And you see how TB can't do anything, right? He doesn't use his meta or his BKB on his first life. Then he is, okay, I'm up again after A gets down. And then he used BKB meta, Draw just guide him, and he has to run away. It's so hard to play TB against this. And even though I think TB is really big, it's so hard to play against those heroes. Draw is such a good hero. They want to go straight for GG.
Oh, just going
okay.
straight for tier 4s.
I like
and look
that.
how fast they're pushing. That's going to be the glyph used, so we're going to back up just a little bit, but they're not leaving the base. They know that the Ember Spirit does not have buyback. They're feeling like now it's time to go. The Blink, they have the Hex out onto the Terrorblade. The Requiem, they have the damage. They bring
That's
down the
buyback.
Terrorblade. The Terrorblade is down for 80 seconds. He has to buy back to defend this base. They've taken the tier 4s. They're focusing onto the Ancient. Silence out immediately onto the Terrorblade. As now the Solar Guardian, they found the Drow Ranger, pumping out the damage. It looks like they are going to be able to bring down the Smiling Knight. He's going to even buy back into this. They smell blood on the water. Or is he just
And I'll
buying back to
put that
defend
up.
his base? It looks like he's just looking to defend his wave. All of his friends are starting to back up. They do find Michael out. That is going to be the last kill of this engagement. But
Oh
boy,
my.
oh boy, that's Ancient exposed.
Yeah, that is. I mean, that didn't work out because Miranda landed a beautiful arrow on Draw. Because I think Draw would be able to simply kite and get out of the fight, and maybe Thunder would keep on going. But since Miranda got a really nice arrow, they got this kill on Draw, and now I mean, Thunder is really close to winning this game because they didn't make Super Creeps while Infamous did Super Creeps bottom. So they have this advantage. Infamous has this advantage on the map, but that's it. I mean, Thunder needs one fight to win the game. Look at that. It's such a risky call as well, right? Just go straight for Throne. So risky. But I like that, but it's so risky. Yeah, and I almost worked out. So who am I to blame them?
Yeah. No, and I mean, as you said, they got really, really close here. As we see the Tusk getting kind of caught out in the what would be the last kill of the engagement. As now we do have a little bit of pause, claiming some FPS issues. So, and a reminder, these teams, they are playing at LAN. So this is I'm sure the environment is so tense there right now, as it's 31-23, but they just showed you, even with that, I believe it was a 7k net worth advantage not too long ago. TA's draft, they are still very, very strong. They're still able to push with amazing pace, and they almost just snuck that game out.
Yeah, it was so close. And now TB has no buyback, right? And it's not that hard to kill TB if you can jump on him. SF just blink in with Ice, BKB, and Ultimate. Yeah, you can pretty easily burst this TB down. So Infamous has to watch out. I mean, they want to pressure TB ball attack, but they are not able to do it because because of this TB buyback. So yeah, we'll see what's the Infamous next move, right? It's not simple to play without buyback on TB.
Yeah, no, I mean, this game, I mean, it is about as tense as it can be. And I mean, I know if I were playing this game, I'd be hitting up my friend Beanbags. I'd be letting everybody know that to tune in to this game. I mean, these boys are bringing the pressure, as this is it's 3K is the net worth differential, and I mean, you can see that sharp spike on the win probability graph, and it's gonna be. It is not in land today.
Oh, it's
Okay, so
okay. The
I
kid's not
have
in line.
lied to you.
Yeah,
I have betrayed the trust of the viewers, and for that I deeply apologize. As
I think you are
this
done,
would not.
Rada. I think you are done right now, Rada. You lied
I
to our viewers.
that's it. I should just pack it in. I guess so I'm just gonna, I thank you for the opportunity to everybody that tuned in, like, but yeah, so let's so we're looking for the MKB next onto the Terrorblade, which I do believe, yeah, there's a butterfly complete on the Drow Ranger, as now we are going to be getting back into the action, boys and girls. I cannot wait. I have no idea how this game is going to end up. Do you, Guipepe?
I was like, yeah, Thunder got this. Their draft is so good against TB. They have so many ways to punish him, but Infamous is fighting back, and they are fighting back pretty well. It's like I always say, it's always the odds are always 50-50. You know, I usually say that in Portuguese, so I'm getting used to saying it in English.
I think you're executing the English super well, man. The same thing
Thank
that I
you,
said in
thank
the
you.
pre-production meeting today. All you guys, you're coming over here, you're using English, and it's, you're not used to working in that language. It's very hard to do, and all of you are doing a really great job on it. And yeah, man, this game, dude. It is so freaking tense. Like, I am on the edge of my seat right now. And I'm grinning like a fool, dude. Like, I cannot wait to see how this story actually ends up, as the Terrorblade, with that Aghanim scepter that he got from the Roshan. He did burst out to this 6K net worth lead over the Smiling Knight Drow Ranger, but the Drow Ranger, she's a big beefy gal herself, looking for the
Oh,
BKB next, but has the treads, has the Hurricane Pike, has the Manta, has the Butterfly, has the Scotty. She's got just about everything she could possibly need
yeah, but
to
she
take
draw
down this
bot back.
Terrorblade.
I didn't see that draw bot back on the last fight after she died. So
Yes.
Infos has a okay. So it's not like TB can't die or the game's over. It's the same for draw. If draw dies, the game may be over. Oh, I didn't. Draw was really feeling like, oh, we are gonna end the game now, but after she bought back, the fight was over. But yeah, really, not a great buyback by Smile Knight, and that's why Thunder is back at their base. They know that TB has no buyback, but Draw doesn't have as well. If Draw had buyback, they would be just riding at the Infamous non-stop. Yeah, I didn't pay attention at all at that buyback. I was like, oh, why Thunder's not going in? Yeah, Draw has no buyback. That's why they are not going in.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit awkward, right? Like, when she bought back, I assumed that she had some way to get back out to the fight, right? But they
didn't.
don't have possession of the outpost. They, it's like you said, she didn't have a way to get back out there. So it was like, I don't know, maybe a little bit of like, just the feeling, getting caught up in the moment and not using your brain in that split second. Next thing you know, you're buying back, and all you're doing is defending your bottom tower, or your bottom creep wave that is being pushed in by the super creeps. As now we have a 5-man smoke up, looking to get aggressive. While aware of that, they're holding the high ground. That is going to be the Moonlight Shadow coming out from Slotted.
Yeah, but so scary to go in. I mean, Infamous really well positioned for that. Oh, Thunder wants to fight. SF has watch out.
Haste Rune.
Okay. Insta blink out, well played by SF. Oh, it's so scary. I mean, I wouldn't be able to play core on late game. I mean, I'm a super. I would just go in. If I die, no problem. If a core dies, I would be so scared being a core.
Oh, dude, yeah. The pressure being the carry in a game like this, dude. I honestly, I cannot imagine what must be going through Kataro's head, what must be going through the head of Smiling Knight. as this game, dude, it's super tense. I mean, also presumably the 5 position is typically who is the shot caller, but I mean, there's so many variables that you're running through your head in a game like this as we're getting close to the super late game Dota mark, as we're about to be 50 minutes into this engagement.
Yeah, I'm still down with Drow Ranger. I think Drow is one of the best carriers at this point and so good against TB. But late game is anyone can win. I mean, it's all about how you jump on the enemy. It's all about vision, the heroes, whatever. It's all about that jump.
Wards win wars, you know, and they are going to start clearing some out for this Roshan number 4. So the Refresher, the Aghanim Scepter, Cheese, and Aegis all sitting in the pocket of the big fella.
Yeah, it's a Rosh X. It's such a strong Rosh. Man, Infamous trying to smoke from behind. They're going to do all circle around. I mean, I think that's a good smoke. I think that's a really good smoke. Thunder's well positioned to respond that, but it still is a great smoke to try to get a free pick off.
Going for the backstab play.
Yeah, I think
Illich
that.
scouts out that Roshan is available. Smoke now pops. Arrow isn't going to connect.
Usually Thunder would go for the enemy triangle, but they already have a ward on their jungle, so they don't want to get out of here, of this spot. They know they don't need to give that space for Infamous.
Oh, Moonlight Shadow. Looking like it might be about to pop off here. That is going to be meta used by Kataro.
Great
Going
snowball.
in. Oh, the snowball is going to save. Alone. BKB on the backline, throwing out the Requiem. Ogre Seal Totem trying to get himself to safety. Refresher going to drop Ogre Seal Totem number 2. The Drow, meanwhile, pumping damage out into the Ember. The Ember's going to go down. 95 seconds. Solar Guardian starting to come in, trying to keep Kataro alive, trying to get their hands onto the Drow Ranger. Illich, Force Staff, is still trying to get the Drow back to safety. She is invisible right now with the Silver Edge. Going to turn around, throw out the Gust. The Gust, it only connects onto the Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker, the next to fall. That's 125 seconds. No buyback. They got Terrorblade. No buyback. Turning attention now onto MJZ. MJZ trying to retreat. They're walking the dog. They're coming around from the other side is the Jakiro. Maybe trying to get the Ice Path connection. The Ice Path is going to be there. Snowball followed up. Walrus Punch. Down goes the Phoenix. 109 seconds. He does have buyback, but I'm surely they're going to start walking it down the mid lane, right?
Yeah, I mean, you may do Roche because your Roche is so fast or whatever. But yeah, now it's time to end the game. You have 90 seconds till TB is back. Looks like Infamous is going to lose another series. I mean, they always lose, but they get a one map, right? They did the same today.
That has been the par for the course as the Lotus Orb reflects back the Hex Stick. And now we do have buyback on the Drow Ranger, no buyback on the Terrorblade, still 2,000 gold away, maybe ruining the decision to buy out towards the MKB here.
Yeah, but Thunder doesn't know that.
just-
So maybe they don't go straight for Throne because they don't know if TB has buyback. They know that he has time for buyback. Oh, never mind, they're going in.
Oh, the Hex Stick. They're going to try to see if he does have the buyback. They're going to try to force his hand as now the Exorcism going to drop. They're attacking the Ancient. It's looking like this game is going to go the way of TA. We're going to use the Glyph of Fortification, try to delay the push, try to keep the hopes alive. But it looks like the hopes are being ripped and dashed asunder as GG's called. Game number 3 going the way of Thunder Awaken.
I mean, Thunder had the best draft. Infamous, I think they fought well, even though it's really hard for TB to do anything. This draw last pick was so good. And it was hard for Infamous to fight. They did some good fights. They kind of defended the throne in a weird way. Draw bought back when she didn't need to, so the game was open, right? If Infamous does the right jump, Infamous could kill Draw and win the game. But the jump was not that right. I think Alone played so well on that fight because he just jumped on backline and ulted twice. So he makes Infamous just not together, so they can't pressure Draw. They started going after Draw, but they didn't have the numbers to pressure her. So as soon as Draw kites the fight, she just keeps on hitting, everybody's dead, and game is over. Thunder had the advantage on draft, but still, they got it. I mean, Infamous played well.
Yeah, no, they absolutely did. And my heart, I'm not going to lie, is a little bit broken for Kataro and the gang as I really was a believer there for a second that they were going to be able to do this, win their first series of the tour. But unfortunately, it just was not meant to be. And like you said in that last team fight, I think alone, I agree, he did such a great job of breaking that whole engagement up and making it to where, I mean, I think by the time that they were going on the drow, there were 3 heroes in the area
Yeah.
that was chasing after the drow, right? And then she just goes into the Silver Edge, and like you said, she just turned right back around and just started pumping damage into everybody. Down goes the Terrorblade, and really down goes the game right after that. And just keeping their wits about them is the Thunder Awaken side. And maybe that's just a little bit more of the big tournament experience from the TA side is what was the differential.
It's hard to say that because I mean, Infos has Kotaro, MGZ, Oscar. These guys are old. I mean, Isladin. These guys are really old on the scene, so they have this experience. I mean, I think they messed up their draft. That draw, I think, just screwed the Infamous over. They tried, but it was so hard for them to come back on that game.
Yeah, hard indeed to come back. Hopefully it won't be hard for you guys to come back. We're going to be cutting to a quick break before we go to Lil in the panel to discuss Game 3 and the series as a whole.